Hi, I'm Daniel from Ratings.com. Today, we're testing the TCL 6 series. It's a budget TV, the successor to the TCL P series from last year. It offers very good performance for a wide range of usages, with some improvements over last year's P series, which we'll go over later. We bought the 55-inch R617 to test, but it's also available in 65 inches. We expect this larger size to have very similar picture quality. Some retailers also carry the R615 variation of the 6 series, which offers the same picture quality, but a slightly more basic remote. First, we'll look at the design of the TV, and then move on to the picture quality. We'll look at the motion handling and input lag, and then compare to these competing models which are currently available. The design of the 6 series is basic but functional. It has the widest stand of any of the 55-inch TVs we've tested. The stand is actually slightly wider than the TV when oriented outwards, but it can also be inverted inwards for those with smaller tables. The single button on the right-hand side of the TV is the control. It looks quite good and is easy to use, but is limited in function. Unlike other TCL TVs we've tested, the borders of this TV are metallic. When viewed from the side, the TV appears a bit bulky, so it will stick out a bit if wall-mounted. The inputs are directed out of the side of the TV. This makes them easy to access if placed close to a wall, which is good. Unfortunately, there is no cable management, so it can be a bit more difficult to wire everything up cleanly. When looking at the thermal image of the TV, we can see that there are no significant hotspots, and the whole screen has quite a low average temperature. Now we'll move on to the picture quality. We'll be comparing to competing TVs which are currently available, but these will change as more TVs are released throughout the year. For an updated comparison with new models as we buy and test them, see the review page on our website, which is linked below. The TCL 6 series has a high native contrast ratio, so blacks appear deep. Even compared to other TVs with VA panels, like the Samsung NU7100, the contrast ratio is high, which is excellent for dark rooms. It is much better than TVs with IPS panels, like the Sony X720E. Unlike most other TVs in the price range, the 6 series has local dimming to improve the dark scene performance even further. It is decent, but there is noticeable clouding around moving objects due to the limited number of local dimming zones. One of the downsides of VA panels is their limited viewing angles, and the TCL 6 series is no exception. When viewed off-axis, the colors shift and the image loses contrast. Those who need wide viewing angles for large viewing areas should look into IPS TVs like the Sony X720E. The 6 series has a semi-gloss finish. This is typical, as better reflection handling is generally only found in much more expensive models. This finish helps to reduce the intensity of direct reflections by diffusing them across the screen, and should be fine for most rooms. The peak brightness of the TV is great, and the whole screen can get bright to overcome glare. If we look at a distribution of the whole screen peak brightness, we can see how it compares to all of the other TVs on our current test bench. Highlights in HDR scenes are also very bright, which is great. This is a significant improvement over the TCL P series from last year. Our HDR real scene highlight hits about 850 nits, which is one of the brightest of the TVs we've tested. This helps to show HDR content as the director intended. The 55-inch model we bought has a decent grey uniformity, and we do expect this to be typical of most TCL 6 series TVs. This does vary on a unit-by-unit basis, however, and we've received many reports of significant issues with the 6 series in particular. Even other budget TVs appear to be much more consistent, so if you're considering the 6 series and care about the dirty screen effect, then you may have to exchange the TV if you get a bad result. The 6 series has a wide color gamut, which is good for producing vivid highlights. It isn't as good as high-end TVs, but is enough to make HDR content stand out. The response time of the TCL is great, so only a short trail can be seen behind our moving logo and other fast-moving content. Some small duplications can be seen behind the logo due to the backlight flicker frequency of 480 Hz. Unlike last year's P series, the 6 series has an option to adjust the flicker of the backlight. It can flicker at 60 Hz, which is excellent for reducing blur in fast-paced games. It isn't for everyone though, as the flicker is quite noticeable and it reduces the screen brightness significantly. The way the black frame insertion feature behaves is also a bit different to other TVs. Fast motion results in some colored fringes, which look similar to the rainbow effect on DLP projectors with a color wheel. This color separation is also visible when rapidly moving your eyes across the screen. We've taken a photo of a moving white line in a black square, which demonstrates the effect. It appears as though the red, green, and blue of the backlight are slightly offset in timing with the black frame insertion feature enabled. Whether or not you enjoy this kind of motion depends on your preferences. Like the TCL P series of last year, the 6 series has a low input lag, which is excellent for gamers. With game mode activated, the input lag remains between 17 and 20 milliseconds, regardless of the input signal. This is excellent for 1080p consoles like the Nintendo Switch, or 4K and HDR consoles like the Xbox One X. This TCL TV uses the Roku Smart Platform. It doesn't look as fancy as the competition, but is clean, smooth, and easy to use. It contains apps for hundreds of streaming channels, including Netflix, Amazon Video, and YouTube. The remote is also small and easy to use. Unlike last year's TCL P607, it lacks a headphone jack in the remote, which is otherwise useful to listen to TV through headphones from the couch. It is still possible to listen to whatever is on the TV through the Roku mobile app though, and plug headphones into your phone or tablet, so you aren't missing out on much. So overall, the TCL 6 series is a budget TV, which offers excellent value for money. It is especially great for gaming and HDR, and offers many features not otherwise found in its price bracket. It's not perfect though, as quality control of the grey uniformity appears to be hit or miss, and the best picture is reserved only for those directly in front due to the poor viewing angles. The TCL P series is the predecessor to the 6 series. Both TVs offer very similar performance, but the newer 6 series has a few new features, like motion interpolation and black frame insertion, and can also get brighter. If you're buying a new TV, then the 6 series is the better pick. The TCL 5 series is another 2018 model, which is a step below in the TCL lineup. Compared to the 6 series, it lacks local dimming to improve dark scene performance, and also doesn't have a black frame insertion feature. It has a great wide color gamut for HDR, but can't produce bright highlights to make them stand out. If you can afford it, the 6 series is a better TV overall. The NU7100 is a budget model from Samsung. It has better and more consistent uniformity, so it's a safer buy if you care about the dirty screen effect in movies or games. Otherwise though, the TCL 6 series offers much better performance across the board, and especially for HDR due to the wide color gamut and high peak brightness. The Sony X720E has an IPS panel, so blacks appear grey in a dark room, but the image remains accurate when viewed at an angle. As a result, it may be a better pick for wide seating. The grey uniformity is also better for sports fans. Overall though, the TCL 6 series offers much better performance if you watch TV from directly in front. As the 6 series offers excellent value for money, it's often compared to much more expensive TVs like the Sony X900E and X900F. These models do offer a more refined experience, with much fewer grey uniformity issues and better reflection handling for bright rooms. Depending on your use and if you can afford it, then they may be a better pick, but you can see the links below to our website for a detailed comparison. So that's it. What do you think of the TCL 6 series? Have you bought it? Let us know what you think below. Also, we're currently hiring in our offices in Montreal for various positions. So if you want to help people find the best product for their needs, have a look at the careers page on our website. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.